it is with great appreciation that I give this Rising Tide Award to John Brautigam.
Wow, Jack, thank you so much for those very kind words. You know, my parents are here, and my dad is tickled to hear all those great things about me. My mom actually believes them. I want to thank my parents who have taught me so much, and my sons, Max and Oscar, have also taught me so much. Guys, I love you more than life itself. This is a fun evening, but I can't help getting a little serious with you for just a couple minutes, so I want to devote my short time with you to two words, economic justice. As Paul Krugman writes in The Conscience of a Liberal, we need a New Deal. The starting point is going to be universal health care, the unfinished work of the New Deal. We need to do this, and we need to do it now. Krugman writes that economic disparity is greater than any time since the 1930s. He talks about us being in a new Gilded Age. And I realized this recently when I received a catalog for consumer electronics that contained 30 television sets priced over $3,000, including one television set for home TV that was $62,000. It just kind of blew me away. Some people must be buying these things, yet way too many people feel the deep economic security that we know is in our society today. The times cry out for enlightened public policy. The great boom that brought us the middle class in the 20th century was not created by what I call tinkle-down economics, but by intentional policies. Today, the policies of the New Deal and an entire generation's passion for government and for community are considered anathema to a politically charged segment of America. And it's no coincidence that as a consequence, our large, great middle class, great achievement of the 20th century is disappearing. Now, I'm not much of a believer in economics as a science and as a guide for enlightened public policy. I think economics is to public policy sort of like what a rear view mirror is to a car. It's a good way to see where you've been, but it's not a very good way to keep yourself out of the ditch ahead of you. But if we must discuss economics, let's talk about the kitchen table economy. Let's talk about families fearing that they will literally freeze in the winter. Let's talk about the economics of splitting pills in half to stretch out a prescription because you can't afford to get it refilled. Let's talk about the immeasurable cost of global climate disruption, the anxiety caused by a persistent lump when there is no health insurance. Why not address the economy of love and hope, need and desire, fear and suffering, loss and fulfillment? We need to transcend the frames and the vocabulary of economics to address the deep human consequences of the policies that we enact, regardless of whether they can be quantified. As a corollary to my economic skepticism, I believe that the social safety net cannot be seen merely as something that makes us feel good when tax revenues are flowing in nicely. In the United States, we have bet everything on a market system. And sadly, we tacitly accept the great inequalities that it produces. Our system tolerates one person living with a fortune, while just down the road, a parent and a child don't make enough money to be able to be sure that they're going to have a roof over their heads. That the safety net is not charitable or philanthropic. It is part of the deal. We have a social compact, and the deal is this: the people left behind, and there are many left behind, are assured of at least access to the minimum material resources needed to survive. Not that they will thrive, but they will survive. Our government does not exist just to protect the wealth-generating system. It exists to enforce the deal, until such time as we create a better system that better ensures prosperity for everybody. It is the moral obligation of all of us in the system, and many of us here tonight benefit from the system, surely, to insist on public policies that ensure the basic welfare of all. And today, that especially means universal health care for all, not just when times are flush, but always. So thank you, MPA, for your mission, Thank you, John. An artist, I know you've done so much work in this area. You've kept that vision front and center. Paraphrasing Margaret Mead, this small group of thoughtful, committed people has already begun to change the world. Enjoy the fight, never give up, never quit, and neither will I. Thank you very much.